Hello, welcome back to your mat. I'm so excited to be rolling out my mat this afternoon and really just digging deep into my emotional body and moving through some stuff. It is Monday. I had a little bit of a funky weekend and I just feel a little bit stagnant. So I am been really excited that I get to film this class today. So here we are. Roll out your mat. I really don't have any props and you don't really need any either. So obviously if there's anything that you have that you like, that you want to bring, you do you. This is all about you. My intention today has been really surrounding self-care and just connecting to the simple things. Yeah, I think we can think of self-care as these like big luxurious items, but really self-care is slowing down, tuning in, noticing our breath, where are we at in the moment, taking 1, 2, 5, 10 minutes of stillness. That is the best self-care. And then of course, things as grandiose as taking a whole yoga class. That's also really just adding to that bucket of self-care that's really going to help us show up as a better person, as a more calm and grounded person, as a more connected person, as somebody that people want to be around kind of person. So there's some beauty to be found there, and I hope that this yoga helps you cultivate that self-care practice just a little deeper. So as you find yourself in a comfortable seated posture, go ahead and close your eyes, letting go of anything that has happened to bring you here to this moment, letting go of the day, the week, the month, the year. I know that's huge, but just energetically let it go. Let that stagnant energy roll off the back of your shoulders, reaching your crown of your head even taller towards the sky, really elongating the spine. And then find some structure in the core. So we're not really just sagging in that middle area. We're finding this knitted, ribbed together type of posture where we're tall, not rigid, just strong. Notice where the sit bones reach and touch the ground. Notice if you can cultivate some energy from this very grounded space, and then start to root your energy down into the floor, through whatever building you may be in, and all the way down into the earth. Notice this rooted sensation that we immediately cultivate. Take some long, full breaths into this foundation. Imagine these roots, this big, nourishing system running all the way down, 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 as far as you can imagine, holding you strong and safe and secure in this posture. And then let the breath settle you in. Let's take 3 big lion's breaths. Inhale through the nose. Audible exhale through the mouth. Let the tongue stick out. Good, big deep breath in. Hopefully you're alone and you can just let go. And if you're not, who cares? So good. One more. Good, big breath through the nose. Gentle sigh out the mouth. Keep this breath going. Continuing to bring your thoughts back into the present. Let the breath be your union, your yoking, your guide to stay connecting. This is our practice, our mind-body connection. The yoking, the union of the mind and the body through the breath. Keep this breath going and notice the roots. Notice If you can start to come back up from the roots, keeping them there, but staying energetic in your movement, where we come back up through the sit bones and start to work your way into the torso, and maybe even find a little bit of movement here. So twirling the torso, whichever direction feels authentic, we'll go both ways. Pause wherever it feels good, opening the chest in the front, and then opening the back in the back. Notice how that feels. Take a moment to ask yourself, how do I feel? So simple, so powerful. And as you're ready, switch directions. Maybe make it a little bit more dramatic this time. Really hula hooping the waist. Use the hands on the front of the knees as leverage for either side. One more full circle. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the fingertips high. Look up towards the sky. Bring the fingertips together and then pull all that energy down into the heart space. Keeping the eyes closed, let's set our intention here for the practice. Maybe it's a word, a sentence, a mantra, a prayer, a wish, whatever speaks to you in this very moment. Really breathe your intention out into space. Let the universe know that you are connecting, you are open, you are ready to receive. Good. Inhale, big breath, reach the hands high, connect the fingertips, pull that energy down into the heart space. 2 more, big breath in. Pull it down in like you mean it, all the way right into the heart energy center. Last one, big breath in, reach high, pulling it down into the center. Good. The left palm comes to the ground, the right palm rainbows up and above us. Big opening here. Take an inhale, open even further, trust yourself, lean into the back side, and then exhale, close down. Bring the right arm towards the right knee, maybe even connect elbow to knee, and then open it back up, big open. Close it in, come together, breath out. Big open all the way, reach up, gaze towards the sky. Exhale, round and curl, elbow to knee, pause. Reach the right hand down, maybe it comes close to the left. Let the body just surrender, feel the right side body opening. Take 2 breaths. Let the head be heavy. Let the body just surrender. From this surrender, walk towards the center. Stay high on the fingertips as we crawl towards the front, as a little forward fold here. Let the head be heavy. Rock side to side. Feel the opening of the hips on the back. Maybe you feel stretch in your hamstrings. It does not matter how far you go down, just go to that edge, staying away from pain, but find that edge of stretch. That is where the benefit lies. Take a big breath. Let it go. Staying low, crawl yourself over to the right. Right hand comes in closer to you, and the left hand rainbows up and above. Good. Feel that opening. Keep the left sit bones rooted down, so we keep the left hip even with the right. And then we're going to find a little bit of movement. Open it up. Trust the back side. Open that left arm towards the back of you. Close it down. Left elbow towards left knee. Big open. Stretch it out. Exhale. Close it off. Last time. Close her down. Bring it inwards. Letting the left hand come down by the right. Maybe reach the hands out a little bit further. Surrendering into the posture. Keep the belly activated. Turn the breath towards the belly. So inhale, let the belly open.
Exhale, let the belly close. Good. Slowly come towards center and gently rise up.
We're going to take a little movement here in the neck. I think we always forget about our neck, and somehow that's the part of me that's always a little bit sore. Oh, yeah.
So let's find some movement here, chin to chest. Feel, yeah. Sorry, little neck. I should give you more love more often. Thank you, neck, for carrying around my 10 pounds of head glory, all this brain, where I do too much thinking. Give it a rest. Let the neck just release and surrender, rolling it around side to side. Stay organic in your movement here.
I like to tell my yogis that I'm simply your guide.
Yeah, so this is your practice. You've taken the time out of your day to sit with this practice and be with this practice. So move in a way that serves you. Take one more big breath. And let it go. Good, yeah, I needed that. Slowly reach the feet out in front of you. Give the legs a shake. Rock side to side, get the flesh out from the sit bones. Yeah, feel that release. And then bend the knees a lot. Flex the feet, the toes come towards the face. Gently lean forward so the belly comes towards the upper thighs, and we stay nice and active, and then reach the hands forward. So we're engaging here. Take a breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms, bring them behind you. Stay active. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale, cactus the arms like we're pinching the shoulder blades together. Almost an up dog feeling. Inhale, reach. Exhale, engage. Last time, inhale, reach. Stay strong and forward. And then on an exhale, let the body surrender over the legs. Maybe the knees straighten a little bit more. Point or flex the feet, whatever is calling you. I like to rock side to side here. Engaging all the muscles around the spine. And then when you're ready, find some stillness. Such a simple pose that is so good for our body. We have a lot of tension that's held on the backside, the low spine, the hamstrings, even the upper portions of the back. So this just allows the body to surrender. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. One more. All the way. Rise up, slow and controlled, and we're coming all the way back to the elbows. We're gonna warm up a little bit of core because I know everybody loves core. Bring the knees to 90 degrees. Rock side to side, get as comfortable as you need because we're gonna be putting some weight on that low spine, but try and keep it rolled more into the glutes. There's a little bit more cushion there. And as you're ready, start to pedal forward. So we're on our bike, point forward, flex back, or flex point, flex back, whatever works. Don't have to get too tricky with it, just pedal those legs. Keep the core engaged, so try not to arch too much and be high here. Keep the core engaged, the the ribs knitting together. Pedal. Yeah, you got it. Stay with it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stay, reverse. Ooh, tricky, switch those directions. Point on the way out, engage those quads. Yeah, and then breathe into it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Amazing. Come all the way onto the back. Open it up, stretch from fingers to toes, reaching across the mat. Feel like somebody is pulling you apart. Take a big breath in and surrender down. Amazing, 2 more. Reach, pull, stretch from fingers to toes. Take a breath in. And on the exhale, surrender. So good. Last time. Pull, 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 reach, 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 stretch, 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 and then surrender. I love the yin yang of that posture. The stretch and then with the release just signals to the body when you're ready to surrender. I do that actually before I go to bed. Slowly start to bring the knees in. I will engage each body part. So squeeze the legs and then surrender. Squeeze the core and then surrender. Squeeze the arms and then surrender. And it just allows my body to relax. Yeah, so roll through the back, massaging the low spine. Good. Slowly start to rock and roll. Maybe take a couple of rocks here if that feels okay. The knot that's tied in the back of my shirt feels super awesome to roll on. And when you're ready, cross your feet, plant your palms, step back, high plank. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, stay with it, 3, 2, 1, and then rocking forward and back for 5, 4, nice and strong, 3, 2, 1, good, hinge forward, drop to the knees, lower halfway or less, press back up, modified plank, 2 more, lower halfway, warming up those arms, stay with me, lower halfway, press up, and then untuck the toes, slowly come down all the way to the belly, reach the hands back, palms down, toes are untucked, really engage the legs so much. We're coming into a super woman fly, but we're keeping the feet rooted down, so just in the chest. Exhale the air. Good, slowly rise up. Use the back muscles. Breathe in, lower, slow and controlled. 2 more, rise up. The back engages, the knees are still lifted off of the ground. Try not to squeeze the glutes and clench in the back. Lower down. Good, so good for your back. All those tiny little muscles to engage as you rise up and hold for 3, 2, 1. Slowly come down. The hands come underneath the shoulders. We press back into our first child's pose. So the knees are nice and wide. The hips sink towards the heels. The fingertips reach to the top of the mat. And then we surrender down. I like to stay in a little active child's pose here as we're beginning, maybe even coming up onto the fingertips. This helps stretch my shoulders. Give me a little opening in the front side. And then of course breathe. Good, on your last breath in, rise up onto your tabletop. Let's warm up that spine together here. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, toes untucked so that we really root the tops of the feet down. Inhale, arch the spine, shine the heart, look forward. Exhale, round and curl, press the mat away from you, bring chin to chest. Good, inhale, breath in, arch the spine, really open it up, press the mat away from you on an exhale, tuck chin towards chest, tuck that tailbone under 2. Last one, big breath in, and a full breath out. Hold at the top of your angry cat pose, really opening the spine. Now tuck the toes, lift the knees just a couple of inches for 3, good, 2, and 1. Press it back, downward facing dog. Woo. Made it to our first down dog. This is probably your first dog of the day. So let's warm her up. Taking some pedaling of the heels, bending deeply into one knee and then to the other. And then as you're ready, step those feet about hip distance. And then let's turn our attention to our hands and our shoulders. So make sure the middle finger is pointing forward. Bend the knees quite a bit so that we can drop the belly towards the chest, and then press the mat away so we hug the shoulders up towards the ears, and then we surrender. So you can feel the difference of that. Let's do that a couple times. Hug it up, shrug your shoulders, and then exhale, release. See the space we can create there. One more. Let it go. So now you know the difference if you're really hiding that neck or if you're giving it the length and the space that it needs. And once you're there, let's find some stillness in this really incredibly opening posture. Take 2 breaths. Let it go. Come back to your intention. Exhale the air. Awesome. Walk the hands back to the feet, all the way to the back of your space. Yeah, and feel free to widen the feet even more and then sway side to side. I spend a lot of time opening the back side of the body because I think we kind of forget how much we carry from day to day. And also, especially in this posture, we get the head below the heart. And oh, it's such a delight, right? We get all that new blood flow, new direction, fresh oxygen. And then as you're ready, maybe pause in center. And if you'd like to come to ragdoll, that means grabbing opposite arm, opposite elbow, swaying to continue that release. Breathing to continue that connection. Come back to your intention. My intention of self-care today really feels right. This moment, this space. I really hope you feel it too. As you're ready, release the fingertips down, toe heel the feet back underneath the body. So still hip distance. I measure that with 2 fists between the feet. And then slow and controlled, like we have all the time in the day. We stand to rise. Yoga is a place of not rushing things. As we reach the top, Tadasana, mountain pose, reach the fingertips high, find that sturdy strength, that position of power as we reach high like a mountain top. Take a breath in at the top of the reach. And slow and controlled exhale, folding all the way down. Halfway lift, hands come to the shins, reach the crown forward. Exhale, forward, fold. 2 more, halfway lift, flatten that spine, reach the crown forward. And exhale all the way down. Good, last time, halfway lift. And forward fold. Now walk yourself all the way back out to that plank pose. And we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, drop to the knees. Lower halfway or less. Press it back up. 2 more, lower halfway or less. Back up. Last one, lower halfway. Hold on top of the toes, roll it open, up dog. Good, opening here, shine the heart, hips high, core strong. Downward facing dog, pedal it out. Breathe it out. Connect back to the body. Nice, on the next breath in, right leg high. Bend the left knee so we're nice and soft, and that also helps the left heel get close to the ground. Inwardly spiral the right thigh, so bringing the right pinky toe energetically towards the ground. So we like to see all of the toes facing towards the ground. It's easy to whip into this and get all high and open, but we'll want to stay closed and connected. Big breath in, full breath out. Nice, inhale, rise onto the ball of the left foot, look forward, step towards the right thumb. Ground yourself down. Inhale, come up high onto the fingertips, shine the heart forward, let the hips sink low, and then exhale, pyramid pose. We're gonna find a little movement here, roll forward, come back into that low lunge, shining the chest and the heart forward, exhale, ground down, press yourself back, pyramid pose. Last one, inhale, come forward. Stay in that low lunge, root the left hand down and reach the right hand high for a nice twist here. This should feel really good on that outer right hip. Definitely feeling it in the left hip as well, on more of the front side, that hip flexor.
Take an inhale. And on an exhale, drop the back left knee. Bend the foot and reach back. See if you can grab those toes. If not, just stay reaching, reaching, reaching. If you have the toes, hug the leg in just a little bit closer to the body. Soften in that left elbow. Finding our first twist here. Open, open, open into it. Take a breath in. Full breath out. One more breath in. On an exhale, windmill the hand around. The right hand comes into the inside of the right leg. Tuck the back left toes. Bring the left knee off of the ground. And we crawl ourselves into the center of the mat, pivoting the feet forward. So we're on the long edge of the mat in this nice wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita. Rock side to side. I love this posture. It opens up the inner thighs. Really just gives ourselves that body weight to come deeper into this slightly middle split type action, half middle splits. And then as you're ready, come back onto the heels, roll the toes in so we get that nice stretch on the outside of the feet, and then surrender the body down towards the mat. The head comes close to the mat, but let's stay up just enough so that it's not touching. And then pause here for 3 full breaths. This is a great place to come back to that lion's breath if you would like. Sticking that tongue out on the exhale and fully releasing. 2 more. Let it go. Last one. Good. Bend the knees. Come halfway up, reach the fingertips down towards the ground, and we're gonna crawl towards the back of the mat. So left foot is forward, right foot is back, coming into that low lunge, finding our flow here. So fingertips are down onto the ground. Inhale the chest high, the left knee is bent, the right leg is back and long and strong behind you, and then you fold forward with the left leg straight for our pyramid pose. Flow with it, roll forward into that low lunge, shine the heart, let the right hip dip down, and then exhale, hips high, core strong, pyramid pose. Last one, come forward, exhale back. We're gonna find that same surrender here on this left side where the torso hangs heavy over the thigh. Adjust as you need. Modify wherever your body is asking for just that little extra support. Maybe the back knee is down, maybe you have your hands up on blocks or pillows or bolsters or whatever is accessible. Try to not make it too complicated, but make the body feel supported. Whenever we can take that support, take the support. Roll forward into the left bent knee, right hand roots down, left hand high, revolve, twist. Big stretch on that outer left hip. I notice such a difference in each side of my body. Stay soft in that right elbow. Keep the left fingertips engaged and reaching high. Take a couple deep breaths. Maybe let the hips sink a little bit deeper. One more big breath. Drop to that back right knee and reach back for the left toes. Yeah, so maybe you don't connect with the toes, and that's okay. Maybe just bending the knee is enough. Maybe today is different than yesterday, and it's going to be different from tomorrow. So honor where you're at right in this moment. Give yourself grace. This isn't a competition. Yoga isn't about flexibility of the body. Yoga is truly about flexibility of the mind. So when that ego creeps in and says, grab the toes or else you're not doing it right, tell that ego to calm the F down and chill out, because you're here and that is all you need. Roll forward, windmill the left hand inside of the left foot, tuck the back right toes, lift the knee off of the ground, and come back into that straddled forward fold. We thank the ego for joining us. Sometimes that ego voice, that subconscious, that just challenging thought process does help us. We're not
not mad about it, but sometimes it hinders us by making us feel like we're not doing the right thing. So notice that voice and just push it to the side if it's not serving you. So come up halfway in this forward fold, bend the knees a lot, reach the hands to the side of the room and slowly stand up all the way to the center. Hands reach high. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Pivot the heels in, toes out as we come down into horse with goddess arms. Yeah, so arms reaching out to each side of the room. We're gonna find that middle buoyancy, that edge, that line where we're like, ooh, I don't think I could go any lower. I'm definitely being challenged. My legs are shaking a little bit, and we're gonna hold at that edge. This is where the posture is benefiting. This is where the yoga begins. This is exactly why we do this practice. Stay here for 5. So good. 4, let the shakes begin. Breathe in. It means you're alive, you're here, you're challenging your body. Inhale to center. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front of the mat. Yeah, so our right foot forward, left foot back, right knee is bent. Reaching our arms, relaxing our shoulders. Do our best not to reach too far forward. I like to stand up a little bit taller so that the shoulders stack right over the hips, and then we can sink into that middle line. Whew, breathe through it. That horse posture got me breathing heavy. Surrender back down in. Take a few big breaths. Good, slowly reach forward all the way as far as you can, and then surrender that right elbow to the right knee. The left arm comes up and over, and I like to make this nice long line. So some extended side angles, the arm is up, and that's great. I like this reach because I really feel this extra stretch in my side body. And then roll it open. Trust the body. Feel this nice core engagement here, and breathe into it. Good, one more big breath. The left hand slowly guides us up to stand, and then we straighten that right knee, step the left foot in a lot. We're coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana, so right foot is forward, both legs are straight, kick that right hip back. So this is the beginning of the posture. And then we reach once again, and then surrender into that triangle posture. Yeah, so we find this. Feel free to use that right hand on the shin. Keep a little bit of a bend in that right knee so that we're not hyperextending. Stay opening here. Good, take a few breaths. Beautiful. Bend into the right knee. Look towards the right toes. This is a little transition into our balancing posture, so stay with it. Bend in, reach forward. The hands can come to the ground or a block, whatever suits you. And we're in this nice standing posture. Yeah, good. So keeping the left hand reaching, the right fingertips are down. Take a few breaths. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. As you're ready to exit your half moon, slowly come out, bend the right knee, coming back up into that star pose. One quick horse, and rise. Actually, let's move right here. Another horse, and rise. Last one, and rise. Warrior 2 to the back of your mat, left foot forward, right foot back, sink down in. So once again, we have a tendency to reach forward, stack those shoulders over the hips. Try and find that nice, strong footing so that we can sink down in. Hopefully you don't have a slippery yoga mat. Those are always a little bit harder to navigate.
Surrender the shoulders away from the ears. Try and find a nice, comfortable, long, slow, deep breath. Good. Inhale, reach forward, extend your side angle. Yeah, really reach that hand up over the head and find that opening. I imagine the lowest rib really stretching away from the upper part of our hip bone and just creating this side body space that we don't often do. So breathe into it. Good. Take one more. That right hand guides us all the way back up to stand as we straighten the left leg, hop the right foot in just a bit, shortening our Trikonasa stance. Kick that right hip back, reach forward as far as you can, and then surrender into your triangle pose, Trikonasana. Left hand can really be supported on that leg. Once again, energetically lean back into it, surrendering into the pose. Trust your body. As long as there is no pain, you are working so many tiny muscles that we don't use very often, so honor that space. Go ahead and look forward, bend into the left knee. You know where we're going, that half moon posture. Reach those left fingertips forward as we slide up and come into our full half moon. Yeah, right hand nice and high, left fingertips down. Stay with it. Notice the balance in the foot. Notice all those little wiggles. Again, and even the little bones, the little muscles, all the little tendons in the foot, that's how they grow, right? These wiggles, we're balancing and challenging in a whole new way. Take a big breath in. This time, slowly close the right hand down, the right hip down, the right foot meets the left. Oh yeah, you made it. Forward fold, nice standing series. Toe heel the feet so that they are touching. We're coming into our chair pose, Utkatasana. I heard it called power pose the other day and I was like, hell yeah, we are getting in this power lightning seat chair Utkatasana pose. Feels so strong, right? So look down, see if you can lift your feet, your toes, keeping the heels really rooted so the toes are lifted off of the ground. The hands reach nice and high. Feel free to, you can arch in the lower spine or hug the tailbone down in, whatever feels best for your body. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands through heart center in prayer, and then hinge forward. We're gonna revolve over to the left. So that right elbow on the outside of the left leg. Breathe into that twist. Hold through it. And then come back to center and switch it out. I'm actually opposite of you, but that's okay. Your left elbow should be on the outside of your right knee. Doesn't matter. Bring it through. Hold that rinse, hold that twist, hold that seat. Feel the legs burn. I know it. You got it. Building all that strength. Come back to center. Slowly rise up. Big breath at the top, Tadasana, reach the hands high. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let it go. Nice standing series here. We're gonna continue on. Slowly bring the right knee up in front of you. This easy 90-degree posture. Not so easy on the standing foot, so the left foot is rooted down. Stay with it. Stay nice and grounded. And then gently cross the ankle on top of the knee, coming into that figure four. Yeah, hands stay at the heart center. Another great hip opener. My self-care today must mean open the damn hips. Release the dang stress. Even though I'm not too stressed today. Today feels like a good Monday. Again, I was excited to teach, so here we are. I hope you're enjoying. Take a big breath in, full breath out. Slow and controlled, rise up, bring that right knee with you, and then reach the right foot long and strong before we come into our full airplane posture. Reach back. Good. Stay with it. We're gonna tick-tock a few times, come forward, and then reach back. Such a good challenge of the mind when the bottom leg has to balance and control us through this movement. Last time. Reach it back, fly in that airplane, bend the left knee a lot, step back, crescent lunge. Take a big breath in, full breath out. One more. And on the exhale, let's flow through our first chaturanga. That might be a first for me that we didn't spend a lot of time in chaturanga. Through our vinyasa flow, big breath in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Pedal through, wag the tail. Take a breath in, full breath out. Look forward, hop, step, jump, float, fly to the top of your space, halfway lift to arrive. Exhale, forward, fold. Good. Toe heel the big toes to touch. Slowly rise up into that power pose, our Utkatasana, this chair. Lift the toes, ensuring the weight is in the heels. Breathe into it. Sink down a little deeper. Good. Slowly rise up. Bring the left knee with us this time. Pause in this 90-degree spot. Finding that balance on the right foot. And then bend the knee on the right side, bringing the left ankle to the right knee for our standing figure. 4, sink down in. Ooh, that left hip is like talking to me. So I breathe into it. That's what I do when one of my body parts feels a little bit of tension in a pose. I just breathe in. I let the body know it's okay to surrender. I tell my body it's safe. It's interesting that we actually need these messages for our body. Talk to your body. Slowly start to rise up. Bring that left knee with you. This time straighten it out. And then we hinge forward into our airplane pose. Keep that right knee bent softly. That will give you a little bit more buoyancy. Good. Come back to center. Reach the left foot forward. And back. Good. Nice movement. Stay with it. Inhale forward. If you fall out, fall back in. No big deal. Reach back. Pause. And then big step back. Crescent lunge on the right side. Whew. Really feeling it. Surrendering it. Coming back into the breath. Inhale, reach the hands high. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, high plank. I'll cue the chaturanga, lower halfway or less. Roll over the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedal it out. We are so close. It's all uphill from here in the most happy way. Inhale, reach the right foot high, look forward, come up onto the ball of the left foot, and then walk the hands forward about a handprint. This just creates a lot of space as we come into our half pigeon, bringing the right knee towards the right wrist. This is a great place for a block or a cushion or something right underneath that right hip if you need that extra support. If for some reason you feel like that would help you be able to lean into it. We can be really tight in this area, so it's definitely good to have that support. Look behind you, make sure that leg is long and straight behind you. The heel is stacked right over the foot. Now, the closer the shin is to the top of the mat as far as being parallel, the more intense the stretch will be. So feel free to hug that foot in closer to the body for a little bit less tension. Inhale, reach the crown high, shine the heart before we crawl down into our sleeping pigeon. Good. Settle down in. Really root back into the breath.
surrender into the moment. You have nowhere to be, nothing to do. Hopefully you have these final moments here to yourself. It's definitely the most important part of our practice as we wind down, establishing that union, that conscious breath, empowering our body. So proud of you for setting this time aside for your self-care. As you're ready, slowly make your way back up to your hands. Those back, left toes under, press the mat away from you so much that the right knee comes into center, and then we reach the right leg back. Pausing here for just a moment, then bend the knee, find this 90-degree motion, and then open the hip. So this pretty big stretch, counterbalancing from the front hip stretch to the back hip stretch. If flipping your dog is in your practice, I'll give you a few breaths to go there. Stay with it. Bending the left knee just a little bit to protect the hamstring. If you flipped your dog, come back around. Everybody close that right hip off, reach the right leg back, and then set the right foot down, pedal it out. Good. Come back to center, one big breath together. Lion's breath out. Ooh, good, left leg high. Inhale high onto the ball of the right foot. Look forward, walk those hands forward, one hand print. Left knee comes to left wrist, half pigeon, all the way down in. Yeah, if you need that support, coming over onto the left side, right underneath that left hip to lift the hips up just a little bit higher. Look back, is that right leg long behind you, the heel is stacked over the ankle. Mess around with that foot coming in or out, away from the body. I notice once again my left side is just a little bit different, so I honor that space. Find that edge, reach the crown and the heart high, rolling down into our sleeping pigeon here. Stay with the breath. Just let those thoughts pass by. Acknowledge that they're there, and practicing non-attachment, let the thought go. Not to get tied into what's the rest of our day look like, or what are we doing for work tomorrow, or what do we need at the grocery store. There's so many things we can think about, but right here, right now is your time. This is your nourishment. This is where your body really gets all of that love, all of those deep breaths. You're signaling to your body that it's time to just be. Just be here. And as you're ready, slowly rise up. Planting the palms down onto the mat, tuck the right toes under, press the mat away from you so much that the left knee comes into center and then reaches back. Get it long first and then bend the knee, moving into that opening hip posture. Counterbalance from closed backside stretch to big open front side stretch. Keep the shoulders really reaching equally towards the base of the mat. If you flipped your dog before, go ahead and do it again. We have a couple of breaths. Just remember to bend that right knee. Stay with it. One more big breath. Good. Wherever you're at, bring that left leg around. Square the hips off and find your downward Facing dog, good. Drop to the knees. Finding fetal pose, fetal position, child's pose, where we bring the forehead to the mat. Different type of fetal pose. I think it's actually called fetus pose, where we come into this nice tight ball. Give the shoulders a break by reaching the hands to the back of the mat towards the feet. Let the forehead, that frontal lobe of the brain, surrender onto the mat, and even rocking side to side. Our frontal lobe is kind of our control, our main center, where we really push ourselves and think and use our mental intelligence all the time. So when we massage it, again, we're just signaling that it's okay to relax. It's okay to slow down. It's okay to find stillness. You're okay. You're safe and you're okay. Good. Slowly come up onto the knees. Bringing the feet around from one side or the other, however you would like to get onto your back side. Gently rolling all the way down. Oh, good. Last few postures here together. Plant the soles of the feet down. We're coming into bridge pose, so shimmy yourself down so that the fingertips just brush the backs of the heels. And then root the feet down as we lift the hips high, roll the shoulders underneath you, and interlace the fingers. So we find this nice kickstand, this firm foundation that feels like we are able to root down so that we can grow up. So once again, coming back to those roots that we imagined at the beginning, root yourself down and rise yourself up. Holding the breath, breathing strong. Maybe even see the belly rise and fall. You're breathing that deeply, that consciously. You're that connected. So powerful. Good, 2 more. On this time, inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. Release the fingers, so we're high, we've created space, we're rolling. Tuck the tailbone under so that we can roll down one vertebrae at a time. The hips and the tailbone and the sit bones almost connect, but they're the last to come down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana, knees nice and wide. Placing one hand on the low belly, one hand in the center of the chest. Our full yogi heart. Connect to the body. As you're ready, slowly bring the knees together. We're going to find our last spinal rinse here with a supine twist. So hold the right knee in, let the left leg go long, all the way down to the end of the mat. The left hand guides the right knee across the body, so we roll gently onto the left hip. Reach the right arm long so that we can keep the right shoulder pressed into the mat. Yeah, so we find a low spine twist, a low organ rinse. Yeah, so when we rinse the body in this way, we get new blood flow. This can help with injury and ailments. This can help with bloating. This can help with just giving the spine a little bit more mobility. This can help with so much. I try and do a supine twist most every day. I try and get to my mat most days, but it doesn't always happen. But if you can give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will notice a huge benefit. Breathe into this twist. One big breath. Let it go. Lovely. Roll back onto the back. Hug the knees in. Reset your spine here. Wiggle around as you need. And then holding the left knee in, let the right leg go long. The right hand guides the knee across the body, rolling onto the right hip this time. Reach the left arm long so that the left shoulder and the shoulder blade stays connected to the mat. I even like to imagine that the low spine is like a wet rag. Yeah, we're just rinsing it out. Rinse with this twist, rinse with the breath, rinse and relax into it. So good. Just imagine the organ love that you're giving here. When do the organs get to move like this? It's really important to drink a lot of water after practice so that you can flush anything out that's no longer serving you. Water is your healer. Cannot stress that enough. Water, water, water all the time. So good. Roll back to center here as we come into our final posture. Hug the knees in. Give yourself a big hug, reaching the elbows around the low shins or the upper shins, wherever you can connect. Bring the forehead to the knees, point the toes, engage everything in this posture. Give yourself the biggest squeeze. Take a big breath in. And then surrender down into our final Shavasana. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Let the toes roll open. I like to tuck the shoulder blades underneath me so that the heart shines high. The palms are facing the sky. Tuck the chin just slightly to elongate the neck. Let the jaw just release. Maybe even the lips part or the mouth opens, whatever feels best. Bring the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Relax all the little muscles around the eyes. Unwrinkle the forehead. Even let the ears relax. Surrendering all the way from the face down into the shoulders. Notice the sensation of the air on the arms. Notice the pulsation in the fingertips and the sensitivity of the palms. The palms are an extension of our heart. Notice, study, get curious, get connected. Open the palms wide, take a breath into the palms. Let it go. As we come into the chest cavity, feel the heartbeat. This is our life force. Notice when you turn your attention to your heartbeat, you notice the blood pulsating all throughout the body. This is your life force. Honor it, respect it, love it. Move the breath down into the belly, opening and closing the belly space with each breath. This is also your life force. Intricately, these two systems work together without us doing a thing. That is our spiritual connection. That is where life begins. It is also where life ends. And everything in between is simply our journey. We get to choose this life. We get to choose how we show up. We get to choose how we participate. Breathe. Let the breath flow down in towards the pelvic region. Breathing all the way down each side of the legs, down into the calves, the low legs, the ankles, all the little bones in the feet, and out the feet the energy goes.
pause, surrender for our final Shavasana. We're just here for a few more moments. Slowly bring awareness back to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling the head from side to side. Good. On a nice big breath in, reach the fingertips long above the head like you just woke up. And exhale, let it go. Amazing. Roll to one side or the other, using the arm as a pillow for your fetal posture. Take a moment to pause and honor this posture symbolizes our ability to begin again. New moment, fresh start. And it is here for you at any time, in any place. Do yourself a favor and find more space and more time to reset. Gently press yourself into a seated posture, keeping the eyes closed or low. Press the palms together right in front of the heart. Bow the chin, bringing the forehead closer to the hands, making a full circle to the heart and back around again. Breathe into this space. We'll take one last deep breath together. Inhale. Let it go. Thank you so much for joining me here, for bringing your energy. Even though it's virtual, I can feel it and I appreciate it, and I honor and respect the teacher within you. I am constantly learning and growing from all those I come in contact with, and I couldn't be more grateful. Bringing the hands to third eye center, our seat of intuition. Namaste means the teacher in me sees, honors, and respects the teacher in you. And as we bow forward, we seal our practice saying Namaste. Thank you so much. It was so beautiful to be able to roll out my mat. I feel so energized and yet so calm. So I hope to see you again here. And if you're looking to find me live in Steamboat, I am at Barefoot Bhakti Studio and also at Old Town Hot Springs. I hope to see you sometime in person